What's the philosophy for this team this year? I mean, it was close to the playoff appearance last year. There was a 6-week stretch when you were a red-hot team and looking like you'd make the playoffs. What's the expectation level for this year, Gerald?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you go from the outside the building, the expectation is really high. Like you just said, we went on this streak. People expected us to make the playoffs last year. We just fell short. We add some great pieces like Chris Baker and O.J. Howard and Deshaun Jackson and so on and so on. The sky's the limit, and people expect us to make the playoffs. For us inside the building, the mission is the same every year: get in the tournament and then go from there. But it starts with week one with going on the road and beating Miami. But for us, man, it's we got to get in the tournament, and then anything goes from there.
And speaking of Miami, what do you think about their new quarterback, Gerald McCoy?
Yeah, I mean, everybody has to make adjustments, man. And Jay Cutler was out there, and they picked him up, and I think he's going to help him out a lot, man. He's a vet, so it's different when you got a young guy who's not used to making changes and having to learn something really quick and get it going. But he's been in the league for years, man. I think he's going to make the transition real quick, and I think he's going to be good for him.
Okay. Are you saying that just because he's on the week one schedule, Gerald McCoy?
No, I'm saying that because he's a veteran, and he's got a lot of experience, and I think he feels he may have something to prove, and I think he wants to, all the naysayers, he wants to prove them wrong. That's why I say that.
You have 2.5 career sacks against him? Are you aware of that?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay.
Sort of aware.
Do you remember the half?
I do remember the half.
Okay. Walk me through the half.
The half was last year we had a blitz where I have to stay in the B gap, and I beat one of my former teammates, actually, Ted Larson, in the B gap. Robert Ayers came through on a blitz. He wrapped free, came, and me and Robert Ayers shared the sack. And then afterwards, I did a mannequin challenge celebration.
That's right. I remember the mannequin challenge celebration you did, but I don't recall it being with Cutler involved.
Oh no, he wasn't. He was on the ground. I don't think he was involved in that celebration with me.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you like that video, be sure to download our app. Don't have any memory on your phone? Let's start to delete some of those slow-mo videos you have. And you know which ones I'm talking about.